How did you find your way to Cabo?
Oh God. Well, been coming here for like over 25 years. I mean, my parents came in like 89 and then stayed at so many different hotels and then eventually bought into timeshare, fractional ownership, whatever. And we're coming like consistently for 6 weeks a year for probably 15 years or so. And then my sister moved here first. She's been here on and off for like 8 years now. And then my mom came during the pandemic because she was a lot of work remotely. And then I was over in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, and thought, what am I doing here?
I think most people would think.
Well, I started planning it out and then eventually would move here. And then now in March, in 2 months or so, it'll be maybe end of February, but it'll be 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Like living here full time.
And what's been one of your biggest learning lessons of doing business, not only in Mexico, but specifically here in Cabo San Lucas?
Get paid first.
Get paid first.
Get paid first. Do not do any work without getting paid. No promises, no bartering. I mean, it's all good fun and in good faith at first, but then you're chasing your money. It's coming out of your check now. And your word means everything here. You're who you are because word spreads faster. And so, you don't want to you can get blacklisted real quick and then no one's going to work with you.
What's been one of the biggest support systems or help for you in business in Cabo?
I'd say having a tight-knit circle, good, reliable people you can trust, like these fine folks we have here, including yourself, because in those 3 years, it's been a lot of trial and error. I've had a few different jobs. I've met a lot of people, but you start to kind of filter out the bullshit and realize who's real, who's not, who you can count on, who you can actually work with, who you can make money with, and who you can make money with that you're going to count on getting paid that money and being a part of that revenue. So I think that would be my answer to that.
With everything that you've done in the past, run us through real quick your backstory, and then tell us what you're doing today.
Okay, so I finished high school.
Where at?
In Santa Monica. Shout out. Pacific Christian High. PCH. And it was good times. And it was strict school, but I was burnt out. I ended up going to a junior college. And then to get my GE, didn't really want to finish that. And decided to go to culinary school. Okay. And then would eventually just get straight into work. I didn't do a 4-year path or anything like that, like a lot of my friends did. But I started working for MLMs, doing electrical work or just kind of dirty work for a friend's dad, who was my little league coach growing up, just to make some quick money. Working for my dad's physical therapy clinic for probably on and off close to 5 or 6 years as a PT aide. That would launch me into really getting into personal training. So working at a few different gyms. And in between all that too was moving all over California, or at least Southern California, all the way out to the valley and down. I mean, I worked as a freight broker, selling and shipping loads from, freight across the country, Ubering. I mean, at one point I was at a gym, personal training, going to the locker room, changing my uniform to go work front desk, and then running over to the smoothie bar to do smoothies sometimes in the mornings or doing a shift there. So I was just jumping around the gym and at night trying to do Lyft or Uber to make some extra money. Found out that was a scam.
You were just doing it all.
Yeah, I was doing it all. And then that led into me moving back to LA and then getting into car sales, worked at Land Rover and Jaguar. So met a lot of cool people, some celebrities. I was in West Hollywood and that was really fun. And that eventually led into let's fast forward a little bit because it's about 12, 14 jobs over the last 10 years. But then the pandemic hit. I was in San Diego. That's right. I moved from Land Rover Jaguar, West Hollywood, to San Diego. Started bouncing at a fun spot called the Belly Up in Solana Beach. A new 24-hour fitness open. I'm like, let's go back to personal training. And I was doing all 3 of those things. I think there's something else in there I was doing that I can't really recall right now. But pandemic hit, moved back to my parents' house. I was in LA, collecting a nice check every month for doing nothing. And I got really burnt out on that. Just called my friend's dad again, started getting into electrical work, which then led into enrolling online into a school through a trade college to learn electrical mathematics, get a little bit better at it, understand the schematics and all that. Really felt passionate about it, but I thought I wanted to be a cop, but it's kind of George Floyd era, and it was really edgy to become a cop. So the next best thing was getting into private security work. Went away to a 3-month program and essentially became, through an accredited school. I was a bodyguard for about 2 years with different school celebrities and some politicians and people in that world.
Okay.
While also doing electrical on the side. Met a girl through that program from Omaha, and then moved to Omaha after knowing her for not long enough.
Okay.
So that continued my electrical work out there. I was starting doing ad sales for golf courses towards the end, and also going back to a gym and training people there just to keep having the money coming in, and eventually planned on moving back. Came back to Orange County this time instead. And within 6 months, while being there, launched a national sales team in the cannabis industry with payment processing. That went really well. I mean, our volume was 6 figures a month with over 25 reps and probably 200 dispensaries across the country. Built a relationship with a private bank. And it was going really, really well. And then some regulations kicked in. And during that time, I was in the midst of moving to Cabo.
Okay.
So I came here, sold the book to someone. And then I was just floating for a bit. Got into advertising, print sales with the famous Gringo Gazette. That was really fun. And that was the best way to get to know this town, because not knowing anyone, I didn't even know you yet, going to whatever events and things like that and getting to know businesses that had advertised. Well, I got to meet a lot of the head honchos here, and it really helped. I eventually would meet you at like a Cabo, young professional Cabo meetup. And that's kind of, I went into another magazine here that's well known with advertising sales as well. Didn't really work out after 6 months. Decided to go my own route. Through you, I met Caleb one day to see if he could help me out with my role there. That kind of AI started tickling me, we'll say. And I went full mode into AI and decided to enroll in a generative AI course at Johns Hopkins University.
Oh, cool.
Realized I bit off way more than I could chew. Most people there knew what they were doing, and I was just like this dude, and did really well. I aced the course. It came out, 6 months. It was pretty intense, but I would eventually start getting more and more involved, working with Caleb, working with you guys. And then let's go back 2 months. We decided, let's do the damn thing. Or you guys asked me to be a part of the team. And so here we are.
Here we are.
That's in a nutshell what I've.
Okay. Interesting journey.
In a bit.
Before my next question,
Yes.
let's take a little sip of Kombucha. You get to drink out of my fluorine heart glass. Thank you, TzeTza Kombucha.
This is really
Was it supplying us with this? What flavor is this one?
It's good. Pineapple on mine. It's not
yeah,
super
peach.
sweet. It's really good.
That's a really good one.
I'm not a big Bucha fan, but I think I am now.
I know. We need to be. We need to be taking care of ourselves. We're working on all these projects. So now that you're all up in AI, what is your favorite thing to work on?
I love, as much of a headache as it is, I do like the problem solving of things, figuring out, making the impossible possible. I think it kind of ties into me as a kid into this day. I will spend the time untying a knot of Christmas lights or whatever it is, doing puzzles and doing weird, stupid shit. But I think I get so locked in that I will feel more anxious not finishing it. And so I really like, especially here, helping people with their businesses. And sometimes they just kind of have these wacky processes or systems, but in their mind, if it's not broke, why fix it? But there are so many ways of fixing it and optimizing it. And so I'd say the troubleshooting aspect of it, kind of coming in as a consultant and asking the right questions, getting the full picture, and then designing and kind of architecting a plan. So for me, it's fun because there's more and more tools coming out where you can just sort of Frankenstein some things together, but make it work really smoothly. So you're not, wasting your time or the client's money.
And what would you say is the number one learning lesson that you've had throughout your journey?
Don't overcommit or, follow through. Don't make promises you can't fulfill. Just shoot yourself in both feet, burn the bridge. I think follow through is a huge thing, whether it be messaging or calling a lead or making sure you are going to follow through with that deadline, getting things done, because I don't know, I lose sleep at night thinking someone's going to think less of me or not trust me anymore. And so if it's like your life, your career, those repetitions count. And as soon as you break them enough times, you really just start kind of going backwards, and it's not fun to rebuild and start all over again, which I've done quite a few times. So I think I know what I'm talking about, and I do want to, practice what I preach now.
All right. So we're both wearing these hats that say absolutely not. What does that mean to you?
A hard no. That's just not going to vibe with me. That's not part of my moral compass or part of my pillars of my life or what direction I want to go in when it comes to work. If it's a proposed project or something like that, and I know it just doesn't really align with us or what we're trying to do, that's an absolutely not going to happen. We're good. Thank you, but no thank you. I'll be happy to refer you to someone else.
All right. To wrap it up, any final words that you'd like to share with our audience?
Man, no, I mean, I'm stoked to be here. I think I've learned so much last night about Cabo, and I've really learned to love this state even more, this country even more. And I think really, I am excited for what's to come. Things are really taking off for us. We've only been at this now, like here in the office for 3 weeks. So I know we're going to have a lot more to be showing and talking about. And I'm excited for who we're bringing in, who Greta's got planning on coming into the show. There are some really important people here in town, whether they live here or not, that makes this city as special as it is and ranks so high. So I'm excited to see where the show goes and what's to come.
Love it.
That's all I got to say.
Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.